Hello, welcome to Justin Talks Villa. I hope you like that. That was my little intro that I have been working on in the last few minutes. Something a bit different, isn't it? So hopefully it'll... what background should we have today? Happy background, purple background, Villa Park background. Let's do Villa Park background. We haven't done that for a bit, have we? Is that a bit loud, that music? Anyway, lovely to see you all. Lovely to be here on a lovely Monday evening. 4 wins in a row. Can we win the league still? No, I'm only joking. No, it is wonderful to be back. I'm glad to be here. Hopefully we can have a lovely evening. So, good evening. I want to welcome Paul Bailey, new to the phone-in show. Always good to have new people on board tonight. We've also got, and he's managed to wake up, because last week we were asking for him around this time and he never bothered to show up. I just don't know what he's doing. Robert Smith in the building. So, Rob is on duty tonight. We're giving Angela Flange the night off, so Rob is going to be the admin tonight. And right, interesting one, 2 jobs tonight, Rob. 2 jobs. So I hope you got 2 pens and 2 bits of paper. Tony, nice to see you. Ange, nice to see you. Music gone. Yes, sorry. Yeah, it did gone. Come on, Justin, let's get started. Sorry. Right, here we go. James, yes, we can still win the league, can we? Julie in the house. Lovely to see you, Julie. Right, okay, let's get started. Turn that off. Shut up, Justin. Right, this is what we've got tonight. One of the things was I asked people to send in a voice note. This was just a trial, and I've had one, and he says he's going to be watching, so I'm going to give Steve his moment of glory. What I'm going to try and do is add these in every week, because I love talking to people, but I think if we can throw a few voice notes in as well, then that might just, make it a bit more interesting. So I don't want to bore everybody to tears with this every week doing the same thing. We've got to change it up a bit. So I asked on Blue Sky, because it's a nice platform, Blue Sky. I didn't want to ask on Twitter because you never know what you're going to get on Twitter. So the question I asked, let me try and find the question to make sure I'm not talking absolute codswallop, which normally I am, was 60-second Burnley review and man of the match. Okay, so hopefully this will work. This was Steve Pinder. I hope you're watching at home, Steve. This was Steve's 60-second Burnley review and man of the match. Let me know if you can hear it. It might help.
Hi, Justin on Blue Sky. It's Steve Pinder here, one of your followers. Saturday's game, I thought Lamar Bogard stole the show. I thought he never gives the ball away. He's a classy operator and just moves around the pitch, and he pops up all over the pitch. I thought he was absolutely superb. A lad who's developed and grown so quickly under Emery. Also, shout out to Marlin, two great finishes. From the first one particularly, took it out wide and then dragged it back across the keeper who didn't move. Much improved performance. I still think there's a long way to go, but good luck to you and the channel. Up the Villa.
Steve, the number 1 first person ever to have a voice note played on Justin Talks Villa, and it worked really well, didn't it? Right, great. Steve, you are a trailblazer, my friend. You are the first of his kind. So Steve will go down in Justin Talks Villa history. I think I need to find Steve a present for that, because he put himself out there and he did it after all the people that follow me. 1. I've had 1. Okay, so in future we will roll this out. I'm just trying to think what would be the best platform to put it out on. What we're saying. Obviously, I'll do it on the YouTube because I can put notes on that. Does everybody read the YouTube? I don't know. You might not. Anyway, Twitter. I might put it on everything. Then I might get 1 or 2. Right. So, Rob, first job, Rob, is tonight. We're getting close to the 11 of the dream team for those who are new, and there is a couple of newbies in tonight, so far we have got Emmy Martin. This is the dream team, Justin Talks Villa dream team, not the best Villa team of all time. This is the people that watch this every week, and it is our little dream team voted for by you, the good public of Justin Talks Villa. So, Emmy Martinez in goal. We have a back four of John Gidman, Steve Staunton, Paul McGrath, and Olaf Melberg. A midfield quartet of Tony Morley, Jack Grealish, Sid Cowens, and Dennis Mortimer. Fabulous team so far. So we are missing 2 forwards and the manager. Okay, so we've got 3 more weeks to do with this. So tonight, Rob, it'll be our first centre forward. Now, a bit like the centre midfielders and the centre halves, if you've got 2 favourites, then vote for your first this week, and then next week you can get your second in. So, is Rob ready? Rob, are you ready? Need a thumbs up in the chat, Rob. Rob, we need you to be more alert than this, Rob. Wake up, Rob. Is Rob still here? Get them right. Here he is. Why? He couldn't even be bothered to write yes. Oh, okay. He's managed to write yes. Okay. So get voting now for right, we've got a voting already. Let me just take this call, and then we'll just hold the call off for a second because I can't turn people away. Steve, how are you? Can you hear me, Steve? 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 Is Steve there? Please tell me we haven't got technical issues. Steve? 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 Yep, now we're connected. Why can't Steve hear me? Right, no idea why that didn't work. Right, okay, so that's the first one. And, right, there's no quiz tonight, right? I think people are getting a little bit bored of the quiz, so we're going to do something a little bit different. I've got one more of these books, right? One more of these books, right? Steve is trying again. Good old Steve. Come on, Steve. Don't let me down, Steve. Steve, are you there? Oh, no. Why can't I hear Steve? Steve. Can anyone else hear Steve? Steve? Why ain't Steve working? Steve, why is it now? I've played a ruddy voice note, and now Steve. I haven't muted you, Steve. Why? Steve. I know. Steve, are you there? Right. I don't know why you're not connecting to the Roadcaster. Hello. Right. Hang on 2 seconds, Steve. I'll just try and disconnect and connect you again. Stay on the line, Steve. This is live. 2 seconds, Steve. Let's disconnect the Bluetooth and we'll try and reconnect the Bluetooth. Right. 2 seconds, Steve. Let's disconnect the Bluetooth and we'll try and reconnect the Bluetooth. Right. It's saying we are now connected to the Bluetooth. Steve, can you hear me?
Hello, Justin.
Yes, Steve. I don't know what happened there, mate. Absolute nightmare scenario. We're back to the early days when I didn't know what I was doing. Not that I particularly know what I'm doing now, but there you go. Just bear with me, Steve. I just want to tell everyone about this. Yeah. Right. Walker's Way, 3rd book. I bought 3 of these because I wanted to commit money to Jim Walker and his charity. Okay. As you know, big fan of Jim. Love him to bits. He's a wonderful human being. And once they have sold, I think it's 300 copies of these, which pays for the printing, for the publishing, for everything. Every penny that's earned off these books goes to dementia charity. Charity close to my heart. My mom's got it. So one more book to give it away. But the thing is behind here, down here somewhere or other, you can order it at, is it there? That's it, curtissport.com. So there you go. But the person that's going to win that, this is the interesting part. Steve, are you listening? Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
The person who's going to win the book is the best caller of the night. How's that? Voted for by your good selves in the chat. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's going to work? Steve?
Yeah, I'm listening, mate.
Do you think that's going to work? Do you think that's going to
Yeah,
work?
of course it'll work.
That's it then. That'll do for me, Steve-O. Right, Steve-O. What do you want to talk about? Go on, tell me what you want to talk about.
Right, okay. First of all, hello, Justin, and hello, Villa family.
Hello, mate.
Okay, so I'm so pleased for Mark. He's finally getting minutes. Fully justified it.
Marlon, yes, great.
So that was fantastic. But I've got to talk about Bogart.
Please
What
do.
Performance from that young lad.
Yeah.
He does just oozes confidence. When I was writing down 2 Villa teams today, I didn't have him in my first. Seriously questioning that now, because he is.
Steve, you keep breaking up, mate. Are you in a dodgy area?
No, I'm in this area.
You just keep cutting it out. You sound like, I can't think of his name. You don't remember his name from the past that used to talk. Do you remember him? What's his name, Steve? Come on, you know his name.
No.
What? Go on, try
you didn't
again.
Get any of that now?
I've got that you basically wrote down 2 Villa teams, and in your first 11, you hadn't got him in, but
I didn't
you are
have
questioning.
Bogart.
Yeah, you're questioning whether he's close now to becoming your first choice, one of your first choices. Norman Collier.
Yeah.
Norman Collier, that was it,
Yeah.
Steve. Come on,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
Even I remember him, and I'm not as old as you. Sorry, mate. No offence. Go on.
Yeah, I'm seriously questioning now. I think he should be in the first team.
Yeah. I think he is.
Yeah.
I genuinely, I'm writing an article on for Substack at the moment because obviously with this absolutely woeful international break that we are once again having to endure, I'm trying to think of things to talk about. And the obvious one is Bogart. And I'm looking back at when we signed him. It was the Dean Smith era, 2020, when he first came in and he made his first start. Do you know when his first start was, Steve? Would you like to hazard a guess?
Who start?
Bogard, when he first played for Villa in the first team. Can you remember? Has he gone again?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was in the Liverpool FA Cup tie when everybody had COVID and we played the kids. That was his first
2020.
game. 2021. Yeah. Andrew got it.
Okay.
Liverpool FA Cup. Yeah. And that performance gave the club the confidence to give him his first professional contract, or maybe their new contract. So yeah, but he's been incredible, hasn't he?
Yeah, and also Villa turned down 5 offers for him in the summer.
Yeah,
either loans or permanent.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm calling him? Baby Booba, because I think he reminds me so much of Boubacar Kamara. I mean, we all know how good Boubacar Kamara is. So the fact we could potentially have another player of that quality.
Yeah.
He's so calm and composed on the ball, isn't he, as well?
Absolutely. Yeah. I really enjoyed his performance on Sunday. Yeah.
I think one of the things that frustrated me is I do look at SofaScore, and I think it's a good platform. It's good for stats and data. And they gave him, I think, 6.8, and they gave Kamara 7.4. But I think Kamara's pass rate was 70-something%, where I think Bogard, I didn't give 2. I think he was somewhere in and around 90-odd%. I think he only misplaced 2 passes in the whole game, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Anyway, here's another one for you, Justin.
Go on.
Are you aware that we are now only 4 points off 5th place?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
And at the moment, England are in 1st place in the UEFA coefficients, which means 5 is for Champions League next year. So we're a million miles away from that.
Well, I started the show, Steve, saying, can we still win the league? But obviously that was a bit tongue-in-cheek. But look, I'm not going to get too carried away, right? This is where I'm at. I didn't get upset. I didn't throw me dummies out the pram. I didn't panic when we weren't scoring goals and we weren't winning games, right? Because I knew, I trusted we could turn it around, okay? And I am certainly not now going to get carried away with the run we're currently on, because everybody that watches us will know and will see that we're still not there yet. We're still not where we want to be, and there's still improvement. So I think we just need to be not too down when we're losing and not too up when we're winning. We can enjoy it, that's fine, enjoy the wins and everything, but we need to find a middle ground. It's going to be an up and down season, and we're coming after the break into some really tough games. And if we can keep improving little by little, then I think we'll be all right. But then that Spurs City and Spurs City and Liverpool games, they're going to be tough games, and conceivably we could have a little bad run there, and then things will start to look a little bit dodgy again. But as I say, it's going to be a roller coaster. Would you agree?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, go on, Steve. I think you I don't know, you must be down the bottom of a tunnel. But we can hear you. Go on.
For Tottenham, Liverpool and Man City as well.
Yeah. But we've started to become a good side. And don't forget, we got Tielemans should be back. We've got Onana back. Ross Barkley's back in the picture now. I mean, they're all going to struggle to get in the team at the moment, the way that the midfield is starting to play. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Who's your vote, Steve, for your forward?
I think I'll go for Dwight York.
Dwight York. Nice. Gone a little bit new. I thought you might have gone a little bit old school, Steve. But what did you like about Dwight York then? You enjoyed watching him?
Yeah, he wasn't just a goal. All his
Right, I think we've lost Steve. I'm sorry about that, Steve. I don't know what's happened to your phone line. You need to pay your bill, me old China. No, I'm only joking. I love Steve. He's a legend and one of the OG JTVs. Connor, here we go. Let's hope Connor's line is a little bit better. Hello. That was a nice welcome, Connor. Hello, Connor.
Justin, I've got a proper issue. I've started answering the phone like that at work.
Thank God your phone's all right. Poor old Steve. I think he was at the bottom of the ocean, the deep blue sea. He couldn't get a bloody, he thought, right, Connor. Hello. I hope you do. Does anybody say someone else talks like that when you answer the phone like that?
I've started doing it at work now. It's
nice.
It's almost like a habit.
Nice. It's a nice welcome, isn't it? Do you know where I noticed?
It is.
Do you know where I noticed the other day where I saw it? Actually, when someone else that does it, and I didn't. Two places actually I've noticed do it. I don't know whether anybody listens to either of these. I'm sure one of them most people will, but I listen to a podcast called Tailenders, which is a cricket podcast, and the guy who's the breakfast show host on Radio 1. What's his bloody name now?
Not Greg James.
Greg James, yeah. He starts every show with hello. And I thought, bloody hell, that's what I do. Now, whether that's subconsciously where I did it from, I don't know. And the other one is Taskmaster. Taskmaster Greg James.
No, I can't say. Well, it's like a form of Tourette's now. I just feel like I have to do it before every call.
It's not a bad thing,
just
mate.
To make it good.
It's not a bad thing.
I just want to say, Justin.
Go on.
You laughed at me last week when I said 4 out of 4. You laughed at me and you said, that's asking a bit too much.
I didn't laugh at you because I'm positive as well, Connor, but I just thought, why not? Let's hope we can do it, and we have. And bloody hell, I'm a bit disappointed Simon hasn't phoned back, if I'm honest, because, I'm not saying because I want to rub his nose in it, but I genuinely want to hear what his feelings are now. Now we've had a bit of a better run, because I know he was pretty down about the season, and he wasn't wrong. He was the only one really at the start of the season that was properly saying, look, we could struggle here. So yeah, let me just take this caller and put him on hold, Connor. Just 2 seconds.
No problem.
Hello. Who's this? Luca. Right, 2 seconds, Luca. Let me just put you on hold. I'm just going to finish talking to Connor, then I'll have you on.
Yeah, that's good.
Good lad. Right, hold that thought. Don't hold anything else, but just hold that thought. Right, Connor. Right, where was we, mate? Sorry.
I've just gone back to back, so all the days are kind of merging into one for me. Coming back from Rotterdam, and obviously at the weekend. I'll touch on Rotterdam first.
Yeah.
I think we were thoroughly in control. I think we had about 5 minutes when Ueda, who, by the way, I thought was quite handy. He seemed to drop off towards the end, but he seemed like a real handy player, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the Premier League in the next year or two.
Good player.
I think we had probably like 5-10 minutes where we kind of weathered a storm. Apart from that, I think we're in total control. Control. I think we look really good value. And if that's one of the teams that they think will be up there, then roll on the rest of the tournament, because I think this is looking quite good. I think we finally hit the balance of being able to play in the league in Europe. Obviously, we struggled with it last year, didn't we, with the Champions League, being able to win in the Premier League the following game. But it seems now we've got a squad, if that makes sense, instead
100%.
of trying to rely on maybe 2 or 3 players. And just to kind of go on the point in the last quarter, we said, does Tielemans, etc., kind of come back into the team? I think Tielemans is the one that will walk back in that team, because I think at times...
Hold on, really, Connor?
Yeah.
Who
I think
steps
we
out
miss him
then?
at times. I really do think we miss him at times.
So it's Kamara and Tielemans then. So McGinn or Bogard. I know Bogart's just sort of establishing himself, so that's probably not the worst of shouts. But you think he gets in ahead of McGinn currently in the form McGinn's in?
I think there's space for McGinn out more out wide. He seems like he's more effective, kind of more forward. I think there's just times just watching the game at the weekend and the game against the game in Rotterdam. So I'm about to say PSV Eindhoven because I flew out of there. I think so. Like I said, it's all merging into one. I think there's times where you kind of miss someone that could find a ball and pick a pass. You know, just kind of like the one over the top or the one on the floor into Watkins. I think Bogard, if it wasn't for Marlon, I think he would have been man of the match at the weekend. I think he's coming on leaps and bounds, and it's really surprised me because he's going to save us tens of millions of pounds in the summer, I think.
Yeah, potentially 100 million.
Well, God forbid Kamara went, which I think if we don't get Europe, I think he will go. And I think that's the reason that contract was signed, kind of to get us a bigger fee. I'll be more than happy for us to kind of look at other areas and him be the replacement, because he looked class. He looked pure class at the weekend.
He's just so composed, isn't he, on the ball?
I think there was one. He was right at the corner of the whole end, in the corner, and he had 3 people around him, and he kind of played it out himself.
Yeah,
I think he's got a footballing brain and ability kind of beyond his years, and it's quite shocking to see how quickly. Well, not shocking. It's probably the wrong word.
No, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? How quick he's developed. I mean, Jesus Christ! But I think we're a better team with Yuri Tielemans in it. I just think we just missed that ball over the top, similar to the Watkins goal against Southampton last year. You know, when he pinged it over. Yeah. I think Ollie kind of relies on those. I think Tielemans is the one that will come back in the team, and maybe Bogard could be more effective coming on at 60, 55 minutes, and that could probably save maybe a Kamara for a midweek, etc. Think about it though, with the amount of games we've got this year, we need a squad. So people might kind of be a bit more short-sighted, thinking, do we drop him? Do we come out the team? But I think Yuri Tielemans is I mean, he's the spine. I think he really is the spine of the team, and I think we'll look even better when he does come back. So that was my thought on Rotterdam. But this weekend, again, I think we look comfortable. I mean, I think they look poor, Burnley. Going forward, they look poor. Defensively, they didn't look awful, but I think they look bad going forward. But I think Kamara was an absolute Rolls Royce again. Marlon looked fantastic. It was,
wasn't that lovely to see? Wasn't that lovely to see, Connor? Just seeing Marlon scoring them 2 goals.
I was buzzing for him, Justin. I can't lie. I think he really does deserve it. I mean, I think his play looks so much better from Wednesday and Sunday. His hold-up play looks so much better even from Thursday, sorry. He just looked like such a more rounded player.
Yeah, did you hear what Unai Emery said about him, saying that he wants to try and get him a little bit further forward. He wants to put him in the position where he can affect the game in like a more attacking area. And I did notice a few times that he sort of was playing as a striker because Watkins was actually dropping a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I mean, I did. And you know what? I just someone put on Twitter. I mean, again, I know you're kind of more trying to come off there. It looked kind of 22-23 vibes, how Diaby and Watkins almost linked up.
Yeah.
But I just think, Ollie could have done with a goal. However, I think they suit each other so well. And what a joy it is to have so many attacking options going forward. I mean, the fact we can bring Desan off the bench now, we've got Harvey Elliott, can't even get minutes at the moment, which I would have liked to see him get some time at the weekend. But again, what do I know? I'm just sitting in my room in Sutton, just kind of saying what I'd do. Unai's the gaffer, isn't he? But I think we are kind of blessed to have that many attacking options at the moment, especially, and like you just said, with Onana and Barkley coming back defensively.
Yeah.
And I've got to shout out Pau Torres. I mean, how good was he again?
I keep saying it. When Pau Torres plays well, we play well. He's I called him the metronome, the sort of bloke that just ticks everything along all the time. And I think what you're sort of alluding to as well is that Tielemans is the midfield version of Torres, because they're just everything flows through them, and then when them two are on song, everything else works better, doesn't it?
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, he's just a class above on the ball, and I think it almost gave Konsa the kind of almost the excuse me, the bollocks to go forward and kind of carry it. I mean, we all know he can do it, but he did it so much more at the weekend, and it's so nice knowing that if Pau is left alone, you back him to win it, don't you? You back him to win the duels. I mean, he just looks so assured. And again, going back to it, I'd never kind of slag Mings off or whatever, but I think we do look so much. Again, I'd never kind of slag Mings off or whatever, but I think we do look so much.
Oh, where's he gone? Hello? I think
shame Maatsen didn't play at the weekend. But again, it kind of goes back to what I was alluding to. How lucky are we now where everyone's coming back and we're thinking, God, we've almost got two good players for each position.
Yeah, and absolutely brilliant. It's all right. I think I cut Luca off then. So I'll just ask you a question while you're on. Who would be your striker?
It's got to be John Carew, isn't it? If you only want to score three on the pitch, then go uptown on Broad Street and score a 3 in the club as well. You know what? He was brilliant, though. And I'm just going to say quickly before I go, I think he was the last very good penalty taker we had at the club. I mean, just smashed it straight down the middle every time. Absolute player. Absolutely loved him in my childhood, and I think he was a real cult hero for the Villa.
Fantastic, mate. Absolutely brilliant call again. You haven't won anything yet, have you, Connor? Have you?
You know, just I win every weekend. I win every Monday. Get to call up and speak to you, mate. So don't worry. You say
the loveliest things, but it's all true, obviously. Lovely to talk to you, mate. I'll speak to you soon.
Scott Manchester.
Up the Villa. Sorry, I cut him off then. Hello, is that Luca? Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
Luca.
Luca. Sorry, mate. I think I pressed the wrong button. Might cut you off. That's not. It's just disgusting of me. I should sack myself. I think I'll sack myself from the job. Oh, how are you, mate? How's things?
I'm good.
I'm just having a drink. My throat is so dry. It's unbelievable. Right. Question for you, Luca. Ready? We're talking a lot about him tonight. Lamar Bogarde. What is his ceiling? How good can he be? Discuss.
Yeah, I think he's going to be in the midfield next season.
Yep.
That first team midfielder.
Do you see him as international class? Do you think he'll play for Holland?
Give it a couple more international breaks, and yeah, he will be in.
Yeah, I'm not sure the depth the Dutch have got at the moment in that sort of area, but he's got to be. He's got to be. They've got to be looking at him surely by now because he looks so comfortable.
They just got Reinders and Gravenberch, haven't they? So good players.
Yeah, not bad, but they're going to need backups, aren't they? They're going to need a squad, a bit of squad depth, and I think he could definitely do that. I mean, I've been writing this little article that will go out on Substack, so if you haven't already, subscribe to this Substack thing because it will be coming out over the next day or so. And, obviously his uncle Winston was a really good footballer. Although looking at Winston's career, I was quite surprised, going off at the tangent now, that he didn't play that many games, and he played for some amazing clubs, Ajax, AC Milan, Chelsea. And he didn't he was sort of a squad player everywhere he went. And I've made a call in this article that I think Lamar Bogard will end up having a better career. He might not play for the stature of clubs that Winston played for, but I think he'll go on. I think he only played 200 games in his whole career. Now, Bogard should smash that in the next couple of 3 seasons. So I think
hopefully
he'll be. I think he will be. I think he's just a quality player, isn't he? So where do you think our ceiling is this season now? As I say, I'm not going to get too carried away. I'm still in and around, I'm going to say 6th to 10th still. That's sort of where I am.
I'll be happy with 8th for the Europa League win.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the Europa League win, I'd take, and again, this is probably not, people aren't going to like to hear this, I would take any positional finish in the league if we win the Europa League. There you go. I
just don't want 7th because there's no money at all in the Conference League.
No, the only competition we need to qualify for is the Champions League, and the best way currently the only way I see that happening is winning the Europa League. So do what Spurs did effectively, but I think that's a chance. I mean, if we look, I'll show you this now. Hold on. That's for later. Oh, I've given that away now, haven't I? If we look at this now, these are the odds for the winner of the Europa League this season. Now, we are favourites. And they put Porto as 8-1, Roma 17-2, Betis 11-1, Lyon 12-1, and Forest, I mean, they had a good season last year, but they're 5th, 6th favourites. So, we've already beaten 2 decent sides. I'm not going to say they're brilliant, but with 2 comparable to who's in this competition, we've beat 2 pretty all right teams in this competition. Is there anybody in that group of favourites that worries you? Porto, Roma, Betis, Lyon. Let's forget Forest for now.
Porto, a good team.
I mean, anybody on the day, I suppose you could, you can get a win. But I think overall, we can beat anybody, can't we? And I think this form. This is what I'm saying. So
I think now that we can go away from home and handle the noise.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because final was pretty loud. Not final. Final. They were. Their fans are pretty loud. So
yeah, but we did the job on them, didn't we? Half time 0-0 away from home, quieting down the crowd, and then just kick on and win the game, which we did really, really well. So, what do you think about my idea? I will this is what I'm saying. Any league position finish, barring the bottom 3, so discount 17, what was it, 18, 19, 20, so the relegation position, put them out of the question. I would happily finish in any other position in the league if you offered me the Europa League trophy right now. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I would. I just want to finish above where Tottenham finished so we can say we didn't have a worse season.
But if we've got that trophy and we've got qualification for the Champions League, doesn't matter if we finish 17th, does it, surely?
No.
I mean, Spurs don't give a monkeys. It's catapulted them into, much better times, hasn't it? So I'd happily take a lower finish.
Recently, Spurs have been a bit, not great. They find ways to win, but
no, I agree. I think we'll be right. Luca, who's your forward? Because we need to keep Rob working in because he's slacking. I feel like he's slacking. Who's your vote for your forward? Gary Shaw. Rob, we've got a vote for Gary Shaw. I haven't given you mine yet, have I? Gary Shaw, please, Rob. Is he going to give me a thumbs up? I think he's asleep again, Luca. Tell him to wake up, Luca. Rob, wake up. He's not even answering now. I don't know where he's gone. Has he gone to sleep? Rob?
He'll have to give it back to Ange.
I know, no. Oh, hold on a minute. He's shouting at me now, Luca. He's having a go at me here. I could go off you. You won't do that, Rob. You love me. Right. There's a delay. Sorry. You keep saying there's a delay. Right. Sorry, mate. I apologise. I'm putting you under pressure tonight. So,
The one more thing I want to
go on,
say
mate. Yeah, carry on.
is that ref was absolutely awful. How did he not see, like, when Deer gets elbowed in the head?
Yeah, I haven't. I kept trying to find a good angle of that because I don't know whether there was enough that there was enough information for the VAR to because it's got to be clear and obvious, hasn't it? And I think.
But when Deer got booked for jumping in the air.
Yeah, I know. It was a strange one. It was a strange one, but
that was the first Premier League match of the season. We always get them.
Yeah, well, we all seem to get crap refs, to be honest. But, yeah, really frustrating. Really frustrating. Thanks for phoning in, Luca, and I'll speak to you again soon, me old mate.
That's all right. Up the Villa.
Up the bloody Villa, mate. Right. I'm going to put this up because I saw this on Twitter before I came on, and I wanted to read it out because I love this man with all my heart. So let me just take this caller. Hello. Hello. Hold on. Might be a good idea if I bring him onto the studio. Hello. Hello. Who's this?
Hello, Justin. It's Lewis.
Lewis, my old mate. Right. Lewis, as an old and trusted friend of the show, can you just hold on a sec while I read this out?
Of course.
That'd be all right with you. You can listen as well. Right. I don't know if you've seen it. You might have seen it. Damien Vidagani on X. Have you seen it?
I haven't, no.
Right. So he is a wonderful human being, and I am proud to call him a mate. I do talk to him from time to time. He's put this on. Quiet and peaceful Monday. The sea looks calm, but it will come the next battle. We are aware that it could happen new up and downs. So today, from the reflection, thank you to everyone that's helped support and encourage us in social media, in the streets, in the stadium, in the gas station, in the supermarket, on the away matches, in the difficult days. That made us stronger. You gave us a remarkable lesson of behaviour and patience. As long as we have Unai and the commitment of the players and the staff, we can fail, but we will be ready to come back again and again. To the few ones that lost the faith in certain moments, no regrets, no need to point at anyone. Just remind our players are human beings and they need you more when maybe they less deserve. Like every human being, there is room in the boat for everyone. As long as you love Villa, football belongs to the heart of the fans. Up the Villa. Now, isn't that bloody magnificent? I know his English isn't the best, but he's a fantastic, honestly, he's such a great guy. I think that just speaks volumes for me. They know we've had a rough time. They know we could have rough times to come, but they want everybody just to stick together, which is what we've all been saying on air every Monday. Would you agree, mate?
I do, actually. And I think because Unai has brought in so much success so quick,
yeah,
you could almost slightly, and I'm not pointing fingers or anything, but I think actually we've been considerably spoiled.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that the rise has been so quick that we're sort of got very used to it very quickly. If we'd have been slower, let's say this season was the season we hit the Champions League, then that rise would have been sort of, if we'd have hit Conference League, then Europa League, then Champions League, you're sort of thinking, yeah, we're just building slowly. So to have it happen sort of the weird way it has. So the first league was unexpected Conference League, but we all snatched your hands off for that, didn't we? We thought that was brilliant because that come out of nowhere. Then it was like, what a brilliant season to qualify for the Champions League. And then there was a bit of a disappointment not qualifying for the Champions League, which is mind-blowing to even say it out loud. So I think this season, where potentially, and I will keep saying it, we might not even qualify for Europe, which I don't think would be the worst thing in the world, considering the financials. It's been a roller coaster, but like you say, we'd have taken any European qualification 4 or 5 years ago, weren't we? Let alone Champions League.
I mean, in my years of supporting Villa, I've only ever seen us be successful under Martin O'Neill.
Yeah.
Everything else has been either lower table or we've been on a downward spiral towards the Championship.
What year did you start really getting into it then?
When I was about 11, 1994.
Right, okay. So I think, but you sort of it's a good point actually, because people sort of forget that the younger people have never really experienced, I mean, the history of the club and the way that obviously the 82 lot is revered. You sort of think that everybody's experienced that, but they haven't. I haven't, I late 80s really, when I first started going down, 88, 89. And I remember the Graham Taylor first era and stuff like that. And not, then the 2 cup finals, which I went to, 94, 96, which was great, but they were, the lower ranked cup competition. But you sort of forget what success is. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Am I making any sense here? I think.
I mean, I suppose when you see as club stature, for me, what I see as success is Villa getting into Europe on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Throwing us into the stratosphere would be cup wins, Europa win this season. I'm like you. I just on Luca's last call, I would snap your hand off at 17 for a Europa win.
Yeah. I think
I was 11.
Go on.
Yeah, I was. How old was I? I was 12, 13 years old the last time I saw a cup win. I'm now in my 40s. It's been far, far, far too long.
Sad, isn't it? And I think the one thing that really highlighted it for me, the glory of winning something at Wembley, was the playoff final. I'd forgotten what that feeling was like, and I took my daughter to that game. And obviously, I remember the 94, 96, and I think I'd forgotten what it's like to be in that stadium when you lift a trophy. And I know it was a playoff trophy, which financially is important, and for us as a club, it's important to be in the Premier League. But I think like probably most Villa fans, I'll sit and daydream about winning things, winning anything, and I think this is what annoys me about the elite clubs, the Cities and United's when they were winning everything, and Arsenal when they were winning everything, and Chelsea when they were winning everything. They become like immune to it, and they don't really care. And like, it was lovely to see, even though they knocked us out last year, Palace winning something and then Newcastle winning something, because as fans, you just want to win things, don't you?
And it breaks the mold as well of the consistent winners. It's just dull.
So I just keep thinking, surely it's got to be our turn soon, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Please tell me it has.
I am, well, we're the favourites for Europe, and so far so good. 2 games, 2 wins, none conceded. And it looks like we're beginning to manage, like other people have said, that Wednesday to Saturday, Thursday to Sunday timetable.
I think the last 2 seasons have helped that, haven't they? But obviously, the Conference League was not an introduction to us for Thursday, Sunday. Then we obviously stepped up and managed it pretty well last season with a higher ranking competition in the Champions League. But I think the 3rd season now, we are now starting to see better results off the back of a Thursday night, aren't we? Which was a big problem, wasn't it?
I mean, like, watching, it's just like, I know Feyenoord and obviously the Dutch fans can be really, really passionate, but just seeing like the play between Pau Torres and Boubacar Kamara beating a press.
Yeah,
and then knocking it up the field to John McGinn, who's just then taking it forward.
Yeah, driving us forward.
It's good. It's good to see that the confidence is coming back into the players.
Yeah, it's just lovely to see us winning again, because I think we got into such a funk in that first 4 games and not even seeing a goal. You start thinking, you do start sort of thinking, what the hell's happened here? Has there been a massive bust up behind the scenes? And you start believing every little rumour that comes out, and every room starts small, but everybody starts thinking, is there a bit of truth in that? Isn't it? Has he fell out with his so-and-so, and has so-and-so, like the Martinez constant shite I keep reading. I know it's always on X, and I shouldn't really, but he's literally 5 minutes before kickoff he had to pull out, and he posted that picture of his calf yesterday, and and somebody's made a very good point actually on X. I'll slag it off, but they said that there is no, you can't be cup tied. Apparently, I don't know whether that's true or not. Whether somebody wants to Google it, you can't be cup tied in Europe now. So if he did leave, it wouldn't matter whether he'd play for us or not. So the fact people are saying he's deliberately pulling out of games with like 5 minutes to go blows my mind, because surely, if that's true, if you can be cup tied in Europe, and there's a chance he might go in January for financial reasons, then surely he would have spoke to Unai and gone, until we get to Christmas, we've got 4 games. So you could play Bizzo. Nobody will know any different because he'll just be the cup keeper. And, if there is a move for me in January, and if the club do need to sell me, I've got a better chance of going to a bigger club that will pay more money if I'm not cup tied. But you can't be cup tied.
Yeah.
Well, Weston has said that. He says you can't be. So that just puts that out of the equation. So, and Rob PA, Rob's on it. Nice one, Rob.
I personally think that Martinez will give it one more season, and that it will be selling him in the summer.
Honestly, I'd shake his hand. I'd say thanks ever so much for everything you've done for us. You've took us from relegation fodder when he first come into Champions League. And I'd just say one of the best keepers I've ever seen at Villa. He'd give us
one of the best keepers in the world at one point.
Yeah. What would he give us? 4 or 5 seasons then? Fantastic. Thanks very much. If you get 4 or 5 seasons out of anyone these days, it's like you get a testimonial, don't you? You used to have 10 years to get a testimonial. Nowadays, if you get 3 years out of someone, you get a bloody testimonial. Right. Okay. Let's finish off on who's your forward. I haven't given my forward yet.
Ooh, Dean Saunders.
Nice. Love a bit of Dino. Do you remember when he signed? And when was you at the ground when Big Ron came on the pitch with the microphone and said we were going to sign him because everything was going tits up?
I don't remember, but my first introduction to him was the Coca-Cola Cup final, 1994.
Nice. Fantastic.
And he absolutely run amok. And then obviously you can go back on YouTube, watch some of the season reviews.
Yeah.
Oh, he scored some absolute screamers.
Yeah, I've got. I'll have to try and work them out somewhere. I've got every season review on video and then DVD from 87 all the way through till the late 2000s, I think, somewhere. But I can't play them anymore because I haven't got a video player that works, so I can't play them. But yes, thanks, mate. Appreciate the call. So last question. I think you've already answered this, actually. Would you take any league finish to win the Europa League, apart from the bottom 3?
Absolutely.
Lovely.
17th or above.
17th or above. Thanks, mate. Thanks for calling. Have a lovely week.
Thank you, Justin. And you, take it easy.
Villa. Take it easy, mate. Right, we might have time, I reckon, for 1, possibly 2 more callers if anybody wants to phone in. Oh, they do. That's a bonus. Let's put you on. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, mate. It's Dave.
How you doing, Dave? You all right, mate?
Yeah, so mate. Not spoke to you in a few weeks.
I had noticed, mate. I thought you'd fell out with me. You know what I mean? No idea. I thought I'd done something
how hard it is to get through. You're a popular man. Everybody wants to speak.
Do you know what? When I first did this, the first week, I don't know whether you watched the first one. I was sitting in my living room and I said to my wife, I said, why the hell am I doing this? Because this, when you put yourself out there doing social media and content creating is something, because when you put your first video on, I can't tell you the anxiety you get when you press upload for the first time, because you think, I've just put all that effort in. I've spent all this money on all this equipment and I've just uploaded it, and you don't even know if anybody's going to watch it. So to do a live phoning show, I said, well, what happens if nobody phones in? So that panic of when I first put the phone on, I was thinking, oh shit, if no one phones in, we'll look all right, plank here, you know.
I think you spotted a gap in the market, though, haven't you? Because obviously, other than Radio WM, there's no other Villa content maker doing this, is there? So I think you've done well.
I always said that, and my time on Up the Villa podcast was brilliant, and I love them guys more than anything, and I'm going to try and get them on here. but I wanted to do something on my own, and I wanted to do something a bit different. I think there is certain people that do really good, interesting stuff, and they've got USPs. Max Stokes is one. He does obviously the match day vlogs, which are fantastic. They're so well done. They're so well edited, and he's sort of built a huge following now. He's easily the #1 Villa sort of content creator now, doing that thing. And I didn't want to step on anybody's toes, and but I want to talk about the Villa. But I'm interested in people, and I hope everybody loves what's coming out this week, because obviously it's an international break. So I'll just tease it now. I'm talking to fans. I'm trying to get fan stories. So I love talking to players. I love talking to managers, and I've got a few lined up of people that work at the club as well over the years, which are really interesting stories. But I wanted to talk to fans, and the first one, Joe, who phoned in the other week, actually, I've known a long time. Huge Villa fan from when he was 1 year old even. He lived 2 minutes from Villa Park. His dad worked on the original Whitton Lane stand, building that. He remembers sneaking into the ground and playing on the pitch and getting told off under the turnstiles, and even to the point when he trained with the first team squad on 2 pre-seasons with Big Ron and their team, helping him out. And he worked at Bodymore Heath. He's got so many, and this is just a fan. Honestly, it's brilliant. So I wanted to do that, and I'm aware that the lowest viewers I get are generally on the interviews, even if it's Ian Taylor or Dennis Mortimer. But I don't do it for the viewing figures, if you like. And yes, I want people to watch them, but I do them so they're there forever. And sorry, I'm rabbiting on here. One more thing. When I interviewed Dennis Mortimer, he told me about this story about an ex-Villa player. Now, this is a Villa player from the 30s who played in goal for Villa he was on the books for years. This was pre-Second World War. And he said this bloke had got in touch with him, who's his grandson. And he'd sent him all these pictures, and he showed me these pictures. And it is an unbelievable story when Villa went over and played Nazi Germany in Germany, and they refused to do the Nazi salute, right? It's a brilliant story, and I've got in touch with his grandson, and I'm going to try and get him on to tell about that story. That's what I want to do. Yes, I'll talk about the day-to-day stuff in the Villa because I love it, but that's the other stuff I want to do. So I'm hoping people will get on board with that. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on enough. Sorry, mate.
No, I'd look forward to seeing that, because that is a brilliant story. I've heard Villa people in the past, sort of Eric Houghton and the likes.
He played in that era. He played in that era. I've got the book here somewhere. I can't think what his name was, but I'll have a look. But that'll come out over the next few weeks. So he's just going to try and get me all the stuff, and then I'm going to have a chat with him. But so Lamar Bogard, what's his ceiling? How international, Champions League, regular.
It's still very early in his career, but he's got it all in front of him, hasn't he? He can go as far as he wants to.
Yeah.
If he's playing with someone like Unai Emery, who's going to sort of nurture him, not rush him into it. He's not going to play every game this season.
No.
But he's going to appear in a lot of games, and he's going to get that good run in the team. Then why not? He can go wherever he wants to go. He's got it all in front of him, and he'll play for Ireland, I'm sure. He'll play at World Cups, I'm sure. I hope he's playing in the Champions League for the Villa, but if he's not, then he could probably go to a club that's hitting the Champions League and winning the Champions League. He's got it all.
He has, and the improvement in him, and the players that really impressed me massively, and it's an obvious one, is Ezri Konsa. I do the analysis thing. I don't know whether you saw. I'm trying to do that now on the review show of the game, because it's a nice way to show how I'm ranking each player. And every time I'm ranking Konsa, I watch him in the games now, and it's weird when you're having to sort of rate players. You sort of watch them a little bit more and thinking, was that good? Was that good? Is that making better? And then you look at statistics. Although I've mainly got off the eye test, he's so composed on the ball, and I'm watching Bogard now, and I think it's a really good indication of when you play with better players, you improve, and having the likes of Konsa and Tielemans and Kamara and even McGinn to an extent. I know he's a bit more bustling and sort of, wants to smash everyone, but he's it's rubbing off on him, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I saw a stat about his last few games and his passing accuracy. I think he's 100%, 90 odd percent. He's right up there with anybody else on the pitch. He's he doesn't lose the ball, he doesn't give it away. He's calm on the ball. He's got an eye for a forward pass. He can put a tackle in. He's the full modern midfield player, isn't he? And
he's
a lot
phenomenal.
Of these younger players, a lot of these younger players start in a sort of a defensive midfield role. And I know his career in the youth team was at centre back, and he does tend to play more defensive sort of place. But maybe he's the sort of player who becomes that number 8 player, that all action player that's thinking can join the attack as well as the defence as well. Because I think he's got it in his locker. He could probably do anything he wants. He could probably play up front or in goal if you wanted him to.
Yeah, I mean,
he's that sort of player.
He's the type of player. So I've just brought the SofaScore ratings up because I wanted to show what I was talking about earlier. He's the perfect Unai Emery player. I mean, he went through that period when he was trying to sort of try him out at right back and playing like the Konsa role, where Konsa was sort of playing as this false right back, and he was sort of. I think he decided eventually that he just needs Konsa to play centre half because he's one of the best in the country. For me, he's the best English central defender in the league now.
Yeah.
But if you look at yeah, two of them, absolutely. We're very blessed to have those two players currently at the moment. But if you look at Bogard, right? So they gave this is why SofaScore isn't always great. He's got this is what annoys me with this bloody thing. He always plays 2 seconds. I want to turn this bloody. That's it. Right. Stop talking to yourself, Justin. Right. So you got Boubacar Kamara, who they gave 7.6 out of 10 to, right? And then if you look at his passing here, he got 88%. So he's decent. 60 out of 68 passes Kamara got through. And then if you look at why is that not working now? Let me just zoom it back down in. Oh, right. If you look at Bogard, 56 out of 58, 97% pass accuracy rate for Bogard. Yet they gave him a 6.6 and they gave Kamara a 7.6. I don't understand it. And if you look at, obviously, Kamara picked up the left-hand side of the central midfield double pivot. And Bogard was obviously patrolling the right-hand side more or less. But just fantastic. He's just such... And I can see 100% why Emery now just trusts him so much. And I think nobody now questions. And I think the biggest compliment you can give him probably the other week when he left Kamara on the bench, I think, was that the European game? No, we didn't miss him because Bogard just slotted in there. It was absolutely great. You're thinking, hold on a minute, Kamara hasn't played and we haven't missed him. So that's just a brilliant thing, to be honest. I just loved it.
Yeah, it's good. It's great to have the option of such a talented young player.
Yeah, and we haven't had enough of them coming through, have we? I think this is obviously what cost Monchi's job in the end. Not many of these young players that we came in, the Nedeljkovic's and that just haven't done enough to get in the side. So to see somebody like him, I know he's not one of our own, but he's we can claim him, can't we? Can we? Surely we can claim him, can't we?
I think so, yeah. I think if they come through our youth system, you can claim Mazzaro.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Who's your vote for the forward, for centre forward?
Well, it's a toss up between two. But obviously, I've got the chance to nominate the other one next week, so I won't give that away yet. I'll go for Dwight Yorke.
Dwight Yorke.
From my age group, he's the best I've seen.
Yeah, no, it's almost the impossible question anyway, isn't it? Because it's just personal choice and it's down to who you've watched and who you think was somebody that gave you that enjoyment. And Dwight Yorke was just a wonderful footballer. So technically gifted.
That sort of League Cup winning side in '96 under Brian Little, he was phenomenal. He was, he was up there with anything in the league. that season. He was magnificent.
No, I agree. Totally, 100% agree. Look, thanks for calling, mate. I think you're going to be the last caller of the night, but please call again. Really appreciate your time watching and getting involved in this. It means a lot.
Yeah, it's always good to speak, mate.
All right. Have a lovely week, pal. See you later. Right, that's it for tonight, folks. We are turning the phone off. An hour and 4 minutes. Couple of little bits to just sort out before we go. But I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I've really enjoyed it. Look, we're all friends here. I haven't had a good day today. I've not been in a good place today. No, nothing wrong with me. I'm going to be honest. I've just had a bit of a crap day. And would you believe, I half thought about not doing it tonight because I thought, I don't know. But I'm absolutely over the moon I've done it, and I've loved every second of it. And we're all here for each other, aren't we? That's what it's all about. And thank you all for your continued support, your lovely Bucky, you're too late, you Burke. I've just turned the phone off. You need to be earlier, mate. It's just love it, honestly, love it. So we've got to sort out a couple of more things. So we've got to vote for who was the caller of the night. And I've done something daft. I haven't wrote down the name, so I'm hoping PA Rob has wrote down who called in tonight. So if you want to put your votes in now, please, while we've got about 2-3 minutes left, while we just go over a few bits and bobs. Who do you think the caller of the night was? And then we will sort this out. And Rob, if you can always... Can you let's see this here. Would love to call in again, but hard to do when calling internationally. Yeah, you can do a voice note on the phone number, but also if you phone via WhatsApp, you can phone from abroad. So yes, love you. Yes. I've got a cough now. So who's going to be the caller of the night? I think, to be honest, Ian Taylor's given me his cold. That's one of the things as well. So that's annoying, isn't it? Right, we've got Rob's done it. Good lad. Steve, Connor, Rob, Luca. Right, who are we going to give the caller to? Paul's gone for... It was Rob. Was it Rob, the last caller? 2 votes for Rob. Any more votes for Rob? Rob, another vote for Rob. Sean voted for last caller, Rob, and the winner is Rob. Lovely. I'll take that. Last caller. Was it Connor? Oh no. Was it Connor, the last caller? Was it Rob or Connor? I've messed this up, haven't I? If you're in the group chat and you've just called in the last caller. Look, having said that, I've got the numbers on my phone. So what I'll do is the last person that called, I'm going to message them and I'm going to get the book out to them, okay? I'll get that sorted this weekend. So we're all voted for the last caller. I've got that on the phone. I will message them. Right. We've got to sort out who was the number one for the striker. 4th, Dean Saunders. 3rd, Yorkie. 2nd, the legend Andy Gray. Winner by a couple. I thought he was going to say country mile. Gary Shaw. I don't think anybody's going to moan about that, isn't it? I haven't given my vote, but it doesn't matter because they've won by 2 votes anyway, so it wouldn't matter. I'll give you mine next week. Wonderful. We are 1 player away from the 11 for the Justin Talks for that Dream Team. Wonderful. Right, you lovely lot. I've got a little bit of homework for you. Okay, so I saw this. I was listening to a podcast, actually, and this made me laugh. So I'm hoping it's going to make you laugh. Okay. So this is for next week. So this is a baseball player from America, and that is his name. Okay? I'm not even going to attempt to say it, although I should, to be honest. Jhostynxon. Jhostynxon. Right, that's his first name. Can anybody in the comments tell me what his nickname is? David. Was it you, David? Was that your last caller? Right, David, you have won the you've won the book. David, congratulations. Thank God for that, David. You've messaged. Please, can you email this justintalksvilla@yahoo.com. Tell me you are David and give me your address, and I will get this out to you ASAP. Right. Can anybody tell me what this player's nickname is? I know it's baseball, but this is going to go into something I want to do next week. Anybody? Ghost or Josh? Ghost? No. It's brilliant. It is brilliant, honestly. Right. I won't keep you waiting longer. His nickname, are you ready for it? I hope you're going to laugh as much as I laughed. In fact, I'm getting the laughter ready because I'm going to laugh to myself anyway. His nickname is, I've built this up far too much, haven't I? I haven't got a laughing, have I? Have I got laughing? I've got applause. Right, that'll do. His nickname is Password. Password. Isn't that funny? The Password. I'm sorry, but I think that's absolutely hilarious. So his nickname is the Password because his first name is spelled J-A. Anyway, you get that. So next week, I want you to come and tell me what your favourite... Thanks, Rob. I'm glad somebody laughed. I laughed. I was laughing my head off when I saw it, but I wanted to share that with you. Can you find the best nicknames in football? Okay? Okay, the best nicknames in football. You can Google them. You can... Don't say them now. Please don't say them now. The best ones. And next week, whoever comes up with the best nickname in football will win the prize. Okay? Right? Does that make sense? I'm trying to do something a bit different. Right. So the best nickname in football. I've got one which I remember, and I'm going to try and remember it. Password. So thanks ever so much for phoning. I appreciate you all. I love you all. You are wonderful people. And hopefully we'll speak to you again next Monday when this godforsaken, awful, bloody international break comes to a grinding halt, hopefully. And we will get on with talking about the mighty Aston Villa back in action. Thanks ever so much for watching. I'll leave you with the same... outro because I spent a lot of time doing it and I think it's quite funny, so hopefully you enjoy it again. There you go. I think that's really good. Anybody else think that's really good? I think it's brilliant. Anyway, I'll speak to you all soon. Love you all, and I will watch you. I will speak to you all next Monday. Shut up, Justin. You're tired.